Hello and welcome to my Saskatchewan garden. Well, you might be asking, why am I not in my garden? 1 second, I will show you. That would be why I'm not in my garden. And we're expecting a huge snowstorm come Sunday. So what better time to start onions when they need 2 months to get started? I might still be a little crazy, but I think most gardeners have a little bit of crazy in them once they get going. Anyhow, I'm going to go over how I'm going to be starting some of my plants. Right here I have some standard 5-inch square pots that you would get from, say, if you had bought greenhouse plants in the past that required a pot about that size. Probably there's some people that have them around. If you could find them, they'd probably give them to you for free. And I am using these trays that I found at Walmart. Sorry, I'm backwards on that. They're just a drawer organizer, and they are 6 inches wide by 15 inches long by 2.5 inches deep. My other pots are a standard 3.5 inch for starting. I will be doing columbine and celery in those. I will be using yogurt cups, the bigger cups, for starting some lettuces and whatnot. Just to have some greens in the house because salads are expensive at the store. The lights I'm using are these things that we bought off Amazon several years ago, and I found them to work all right. Let me prop that better. There we are. Now on the lumen end of things, it's 1180 lumens, which is technically a little on the low side, like a bit too low. But these are 6500 Kelvin on the spectrum. So we found that they did work okay. They're not perfect, but they're okay. Oh, and the standard 1020 greenhouse trays, which you can get at most big box stores now too. They're pretty cheap. They're not ideal things to start things in according to some, but they work and they're accessible. Over here is my potting soil, which I discovered last year that this one is a very nice one. It has the mycelium fungus in it that's beneficial to your plants. And I found that for the price of it, it did really well. It went a long way. And if you wanted just to keep your plants in pots, it says it feeds them for 9 months. So you would actually get your money's worth out of this if you wanted to do just potted plants or container plants. Well, you can't have your plants getting cold. So where else should I put it but beside the wood stove? Just a standard, these are cheap plastic shelves. I don't like them. They're not very sturdy in my opinion, but it's all I have. So this is what I'm using. These are my homemade light bars. Just 2 light sockets wired together with lamp wire. Each one has its own little switch and plug, and I can daisy chain them all together so that they run on one timer, which is really perfect. And these plastic light sockets really are not expensive, and you don't have to worry about heat from an LED light bulb so much, so you don't have to worry about overheating these light sockets. And these particular bulbs have a claim on the box that they have better heat dissipation anyway. I just hope that was somewhat informative as a starter video on this. I'm no expert at making video, as you can quite obviously tell. I'm not an expert gardener. I'm just trying to figure out what works for me and my situation and upgrade as I go. And I hope you can come along for the journey, because gardening is a journey. It's not about just getting to the end of it. There's more to it than that, and there's a lot of learning in the middle. Catch me in the next video when I'm actually starting my seeds, and I'll see you then.